Now China is moving into the technologies that will shape the future, notably AI, robotics, and next-generation biotech. Dubbed the new three, these are the industries that China is going all in on. Why is China going all in on these three technologies? What will this mean for the future of work, business, study, and society? More importantly, what does this mean for you who are watching us in other parts of the world? Welcome to this edition of The Point, an opinion show coming to you from Beijing with me, Liu Xin. I'm pleased to be joined from Shanghai by Alex Zhavoronkov, founder and CEO of Insilico Medicine, a generative AI-driven clinical stage drug discovery company. Interesting perspective you're bringing in, but let me go to Alex in Shanghai. You are in one of the new three, which is innovative drugs. Tell us about your understanding of this sector as a reflection of this emerging phenomenon we're talking about.
I think that this is the area where all of the technologies, all of the new three will converge and produce the maximum impact on human life. Because currently, whatever you do, whether you are doing or whatever your mother told you, dieting, exercising, and looking after your health, your lifespan potential is very limited. So, in Shanghai, life expectancy is already 85. In Hong Kong, 85.5. If you want to push forward and live longer to see this beautiful future, you need to have more effective therapeutics that will help everybody on the planet live a little bit longer. Currently, there is no drug that can give you additional 1 year of life. So what we are doing, we're trying to identify dual-purpose therapeutics that target aging and disease at the same time, and trying to get them approved for a specific indication and then repurposed for aging, hopefully, so that you could live, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years of life longer. And if you translate that to the population, if you generate a drug that goes and gives you 8.3 billion life years, basically 1 year for everybody on the planet, that translates in about 100 million lifetimes. That is more lives that, more people have been killed in all wars ever fought. Approximately. So it's actually it's a massive life-saving initiative. So I think that if we develop drugs that give you 5-6 years of life, in addition to what you can already get just from healthy behavior, that's going to be massive economic benefit for everyone on the planet.
Well, it's very interesting, and I want to stay with you, Alex, a little bit, because you're in Shanghai and doing this startup company. What makes you go there and until now stay there? Does that help explain why the innovative drug sector has become such a booming sector very fast, so fast?
Well, we are a truly global company. We are present in Canada, in the US, in the Middle East, and all across Greater China. However, if you want to deliver drugs efficiently and save additional several years of the time it takes usually from discovery to approval of the drug, you will need to come to China, because that's where you get significant acceleration from the infrastructure that has been put in place over the past 20 years. Massive, highly educated talent that is really hardworking and really cares. Because, when you're fighting disease and cancer and aging, it's not about work-life balance, it's about life-life balance. So people really work hard. And also the favorable government policies. So instead of erecting barriers, they're trying to figure out how to make the system even more efficient and more open. So I have a Canadian passport. It's actually pretty easy to travel here. Most people don't realize that nowadays you don't even need a visa to travel. And it's very easy to set up. I don't speak Chinese. It's very easy to do business, even if you are a complete stranger. If you are kind of a good cat and you catch mice, you will be a good cat. People will treat you well. And I think that the world is becoming more global. in drug discovery. We need to keep it this way. And if you can get additional 2, 3, 4 years of life to, a mother of 2 dying of cancer, you should do whatever is possible to achieve this goal. So China provides you with this platform, and it's a very good place to be.
Mm-hmm. Well, let me put this question to Alex then, if I may. What do you think of the future, the sustainability of such kind of high growth? Are you worried, or you already have contingency plans to prepare for this kind of fluctuation in terms of, therefore, oversupply, overcapacity as a result?
I don't see overcapacity in any area that we touch at Insilico. As a matter of fact, we see a kind of shortage. And what China is doing right now, it's actually providing many foundation models, so really frontier AI, for free to the world, for people who really need it and want to use it freely without restrictions and on their own hardware, and also very cheaply. So in the kind of foundation model world, we see the token shortage. So we could unlock much more intelligence if we had more capable foundation models available, and cheaper and more efficient computing. So I think that so we are not going to see, those 30% month-over-month growth in token consumption. Maybe we will, I don't know. I just think that it's kind of difficult to sustain over 12 months. But going forward, as more people unlock the power of artificial intelligence and start using it for all kinds of economic benefit, including personal benefit, including their own longevity. So if you want to live longer, you might need to consume a little bit more AI, and also hopefully, if I'm successful, some of my products, and it's a win-win, because if I'm successful, you will live longer. And I think that currently we do have shortage of compute and efficient compute and efficient models, and that's China satisfies that, which is great.
Okay. All right. Alex, if I may wrap up with you, do you have some thoughts from being in the drug sector? How do you weigh potential risks going forward?
Well, for any drug, regardless of how you found it, AI, robotics, China, you have to do clinical trials. So even if you have a genie in a bottle and it produces perfect molecules, those molecules will have to go through rigorous testing before the regulators approve their use. So you should be very safe in this particular area. So I don't think there will be any drama and risks associated with this particular field. What we can see is that if we allow for the disconnect between the East and West to happen in biotechnology, it will slow things down, and it will result in the massive loss of life, because on both sides.
How to prevent that?
On the Western side.
In one sentence, how to prevent that?
Collaboration. So I think that global collaboration and not competition in biotechnology and specifically longevity is most important. It's paramount, because life is the ultimate human life. All right. Without that human right, you don't have anything else. And if we collaborate and try to extend healthy, productive longevity for everybody on the planet, you would create the fundamental human good. And that's where I think everyone should agree, collaborate on. And, you and I, we have the same problem. We're aging.
We do.
And we will have diseases. So we need to hit aging at a score, collaborate, and succeed. Then everybody on the planet will enjoy the fruits of our work. So just in this area, I think we need to collaborate.